It's been quite a while. Welcome back to Wildermyth. We are back at it again with it. We're on the final chapter of our story. And I thought this here was the last battle. But I know we have an incursion here, but I mean, I guess I could have these guys head over there or something. I don't know. We're just gonna see what happens. But we're just gonna jump into it because I haven't streamed any this week and I do apologize on it, but certain things either happen with like work or other things that has to do with me. Like last night, again, if you are on my personal Discord, you would know, but for those who aren't, I decided not to stream last night because I don't know, I just felt like mentally down. I don't want to say depressed because I haven't been diagnosed with depression, but sometimes if you know type of deal. So, I mean, I just didn't want to do anything, and I had to keep like a happy face going on throughout my work, and I just was so mentally and emotionally tired that I did not want to have to do it for another like hour or so on stream. And I don't want to put you guys through that, so. But that's neither here nor there. I am here now. I am doing a little bit better today, and I am ready to jump right into it. I have a belly full of granola bars for breakfast, so I got water with me. So let's do this. Sleeping in the shadow of the Kioran Tower is a weird comfort. And give me one moment, hold on. Alright. Hey, you know what? Reminds me of our first camp together, chasing Bo and that stupid book. Aw, that makes me kind of nostalgic. Back when we didn't know how to tangle minds with the toppery. Back when we thought we'd run to the print shop forever. Yeah, and here we are with this book again. Swear I remember translating these pages. I had no clue they'd ever be significant. Well, read it out loud one more time. Keep it fresh. Silver ink gleams on red pages in the firelight. Blasted into the founding stone, the runic script of our entwined souls, smoky words that would elude even the most dream-fluent and wishing-wise, and any who did not share my blood or my wife's, so the seal was made sure. Thereafter a tower did we raise, our tower of locks. From within no being could go without, and from without no being within save, when, by our will, the door were unbarred. In the morning they gather. In the morning they gather at the tower's foot. If everyone's ready, time we give this a go. Huh? I can't lift it. Too heavy? Just doesn't budge. Well, we need it to budge. That's the spell, I guess. It works too well. Honestly, this was always a pretty obvious flaw in our plan. Just hoped we could ask. What? Ask, you said. Mom used to tell us, you'll never receive the answer if you answer you want if you never ask the question. Ask who? Rogs gazes into the mist. Currents, ancient ones, you who made this place, we humbly wish you to hear us. They might be a little reluctant to answer to ancient ones. I would be. You are sorcerers, right? Your spirits might linger here? Listen to me if you can at all. We understand your will was to keep this door closed forever, and we respect that, I think. But the thing is, we need to get in. See, we got our own monsters to deal with. Or actually... Yeah, actually they were your monsters first. Maybe we're not your descendants, but we are inheritors of your suffering. So please, lend us the magic you married to these rocks. Your legacy isn't down to its last bloom. Not yet. So please. Rock throws his weight into lifting the bar from its brackets. But it practically flies up at his touch. Yeah! Up. It was so light. Not to me it wasn't. I didn't get a chance to try it. I wonder if... So then, they must have heard me? Is that really it? What better than ghosts? Come on in. Here we go. Ooh. Is there something in there? We better don't wake up. Softly now, little birds. I shall pay wings of shadows, but have a care. Stealth or haste? Stealth or haste? Stealth or haste? Let's get some haste. You won't give it a chance to wake up. Oh, what the heck? A hulk stalks these halls, wrapped in tattered weave, drifting in a cloud of paper shred whispers. Real more, I guess. Bam. Bam. Oh, I didn't have my other weapon now, or else I would have gotten an extra thing, I think, with this. I can hit this. Nice. And we get extra life. Nice. Bam. Bam. Heck yeah. Alright, and then we're gonna go in here. Let's hop behind door number 1. Be blinded, yeah. Here we are. There we are. Teamwork makes the dream work, ladies. Oh, we got the dragon looking thing. First off, swap the weapon, please. He's got that one gone. Alright, let's go get this guy out here. Crap, that's not what I wanted to do. It's fine. There. Oh, really? Come on now. How do you dodge the fire? Come on now. This is something I didn't want. Oh, come on, really? Take that. Take that. Move her stasis, because we're gonna need her. Hit that. We're gonna get really nice up and close. Ow. Let's stretch. Like that. There we are. Wouldn't mind one from me. Nice. 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 There. Oh yeah, there's still these things. Let's do that. Like that. Take that. Really? Come on now. Alright, go on, Bo. Oh, of course it dodges. Alright, Mana. Shoot this thing. Nice. Oh, yeah, play try it. Over here. Oh, really? I guess over here. There we are. Nice. Bam. Okay. Let's go, Mana. Blade strike. Fire lash. There. Is there still more somewhere? Over here? Oh, there is. Anything in here? No. Maybe in here? I understand the risk. Something on here, I guess. Where else? Let's see through that door right there. Yes, I know. There's so much fire. Hup, hup, hup. Let's see, open the door for me. There's nothing here. What? I am so confused, guys. Where's the other enemy? Okay. Is it through here? Maybe? I'm so confused. Since I can't go through there, why can't I not go through there? What? Okay, maybe I need to... I guess I gotta go around? Yes, I understand. Oh, why did I do that? Why back out? Wish it would just show itself. There you are. Looking all over for ya. You haven't moved a muscle. Let's go ready. Dodged. Play track. There you go. Nice, man. I got a sweet level up. Let's see. 3.3, 4.8, 4.8, 5.4, 2.4, 2.3, 4.6. Here you go, Stacy. We'll just upgrade your piercing shots. Creeping silence, mystic light. The shadows are crammed with decayed bits of molten age-thick air only freshens as a questing dress slips bravely behind them. In another timeline, that might have been our great nemesis. This one, just a mad hornet in the closet. Pretty sizable for a forger bee. So, this seems to prove the myth. Right. Those look like the eyes of a beast locked away for 1,000 years. His fall resounds like the felling of a mighty redwood. In my head forest, it echoes. I could feel that, like wind on my wings. This disturbance, Ekthys, is going to feel it too, I'm assume. Whether these walls might muffle such a blooming spirit, it is too soon to know. Regardless, the time nears that each bird must find his perch in the storm. We birds can't be clean to perches, I don't think. Our wings must be worthy enough to flick us from the paths of thunderbolts, batter away the rain. Roggs walks past them into the grand hall. It's good we managed to claim this place. Found it and opened it, all but showed it could do what we wanted it to. Killed the, whatever that was, beast. But see, isn't the hardest part still to come? Gain ethics here, convincing her to come inside this tower and, well, not dying when she inevitably tries to make us die? And then, Roggs, be calm. Outside, the mist rubs its pink fur against the cold blue rocks. No sudden threat sparks up. While the gravity of these problems may just now be weighing on you, I have concentrated almost expressly on constructing solutions. I trusted you all to find this tower, and you did not let me down. Now, allow me to ease your burden. Ekthys has hunted me relentlessly for years, has she not? Together, we have deflected her gaze with some substantial effort. Now, what is left is merely to let our efforts droop, leave my when some face uncowed. Who would you count on to resist me? Resist punching you, maybe. Ah, how pleasantly it is to hear an angsty duck relish his crumbs. Ekthys will come for me. You may have to draw her into the tower, but once inside, I shall exert the sum of my meager powers upon her. She will counter. I should be able to hold her long enough that you can close this door, and when the bar is snugly nested, there will be nothing more she can do, to you or to anyone else. Well, but what about... We combed through this floor, the upstairs, the basement. It's clean. It's sealed. These walls, these confines, they will be her prison. How long will her life here last? Her life here will be the same as her death. And by that I simply mean it will go on and on, filling every room, possibly without end. And yet, that will be the happiest end for all she loved when love once ruled her. I do think we had to try talking to her. I agree. You must try it. Yes, we'll make an attempt at peace. Even so, you are our friend, and we do trust you. Of course, of course. Why else would you say so? Alright, this is it. We gotta prepare for Ekthys, but I'm gonna let them heal, though. I know you guys are... Alright, so... Maybe, no, not you guys. Not you guys. These guys. Alright, cool. They're all healed up. That's what I was waiting on. Alright, let's go. Now this is the final fight. Let's do this. I'll let them know. And over the fields as these contests played out, pennants would snap and ripple. blue, gold, silver, and green, it is still my favorite dream, and some of the only memories I have of my parents. How joyful their faces look to see their joyful body. Love to watch. Hey, folks. Rox and me, we got the approach and everything. Defenses, possible angles, finished mostly with our equipment. And the dawn shall pounce upon us. Its unsettled glare to burn fall in blood like ink to these random rocks. In such script shall our history be spelled. Possible to delay. No, dear birds, since she has not already wrought her absolute will, perhaps we could claim the credit. Better we do not risk losing her attention. Better we finish now what we know we must. But I hope you'll excuse me a moment. These wings like to feel the clear moonlight, breathe the mountain night. Alrighty. Let's see here. Bo, you're good. Elsie. Does this only go to level 2? It indeed does. But these level 3 ones better? Not that one. I mean, this gives you more armor, but your speed goes down and your dodge goes down, so we're gonna keep you in this one. Alright, Lorphin. I'm gonna get you better ones. Let's see. Fire armor. Low chance of stunt, no. Yeah, your stunt chance is like 15 on here. Yeah, that's the only problem is that your stunt chance goes extremely low. Alright, I guess we'll keep it for that. Alright, let's get you your level 3. You level 3 that. Let's give you level 3 this. Alright, Mata. Alright, yours goes only level 2 as well. Level 3 one's better for you. But you get better accuracy and block with this one. Your speed goes down, but... Let's see. What's Wild Woven? Does it tell me? We'll just keep it. Alright. Get you level 3 Empowered Bone Bow. You also have a level 3 Frostbane. Let's get those going. Rogs. Alright, you're at level 3. You're at level 3 on everything, aren't you? Yes, you are. Nice. Alrighty. Let us do that. Look how many legacy points. We're gonna be able to probably promote almost everyone, I feel like. Maybe all these OGs probably will promote. By the pre-dawn hour, the Mothman has holed himself inside the tower. Thread by thread, he dismantles the wards that have let them escape notice across flights, fights, and campsites. Exodus will catch any small glimmer of his presence, he thinks. Too obvious, and they might alert her something's amiss. They're so close, aren't they? They're here. Already? I don't see a signal. They're patient, taking stock. We look half prepared to fight, which the Mothman said is a good enough ruse. Is that a ruse? Bo, the battle's only meant to draw her in. Winning really just means surviving for now. I am aware of what all this running we've done, maybe I've gotten too used to it. Her heralds will come before her, but if these companions can protect the Mothman long enough, the queen herself may be called to the field. Okay, so I think that's a hint that we gotta protect the Mothman. Yeah. We gotta survive 5 turns. And the Mothman must survive. Where is he anyway? Where is Mothman anyway? Oh, he's right here. So he has to survive. And we gotta survive 5 turns. Bam. Alright, I'm gonna swap weapons here. So I can get that sweet, sweet life gain. Whenever it happens, I guess I should say. Alright, I'm gonna swap weapons too. That's a water bow she has on her. Or no, it's the bone bow, that's right. Alright, Elsie, I'm gonna have you guard here. Definitely gotta get that guy out of here. Because he can burrow over there. Bam. Bam. Witherbolt. There we go. Have her wait and just have her guard over here. Alright, this is turn 3. One over here? No. Getting everything prepared. Oh, rock shield, why not? Alright, I'm gonna have Bo go back a little more. I'm gonna have them come to us. Type of deal. Drop from that. Do that. Bam. Get some damage going. Bam. Bam. And bam. I'm gonna have her make some moves here. Blocked by what? Come on now. Have her guard. I'm just gonna have to wait. Alright, turn 4. That. That. Like that. Yeah, pin that guy. And again, I'm just gonna have her be the guard right there. Oh, this is turn 5. That was turn 5. A beat, a breath, a moment's lull, a weird shudder racks his bones, and then Rog's knows. Luna's come home. Let's welcome her. Ethis, Queen of Light, has appeared. She's tall and resplendent, the light pouring from her, an eminence too deep for a single gaze to fully sound, color too luminous for an earthly spectrum to express. Even her voice seems to glow, chromatic and pulsing. Ah, there you are. My first marvel, but I admit my early works was imperfect. I'll fix you, Rogs. Please, stand aside for your future. You didn't ask me the first time. Why would I willingly put myself in your palm again? Whatever you give me, I never trust. It's really mine. But Exis, we can still save each other from however this fight ends. Poor Rogs, you really wish for that. I can see it. That Mothman shed his weakening lamp on your heart, and you find yourself fearing me, flinching. But my desires are pure and strong as the sun. When all my power unfurls to bring life to its next plateau, you will be allowed to come along. Then you'll take my hand, and you'll tell me I was right. But now, it's time to smear out the stumble-winged moths whose meddling has turned you from me. I mean, Ectus, you're unquestionably wonderful. I mean, I'm not even anyone who can really tell you that. The heights of power you've reached, the way you've... What is that? Transmuted, I guess? You're suffering into this beautiful, awesome form you wear. I admire all of that. But Aluna, the girl whose life was robbed from her, she's still suffering. You've armored her and erased her feelings. But there was a lot in this world she probably loved, or would have grown to. I have no real right to talk, but I think it's true. So why? Why destroy it all? Enough. I hear all you say, and it only makes your human limits more obvious. All of you, like newborns, your eyes don't recognize the light. Have patience. That's revelation too. I now destined. Really, I'm only here to say this. Let my servants through. Oh, is that really all? You do seem to want the Mothman bad. Well, no. Your bugs aren't getting near him, and neither are you. How can you hope to form a wall when you're so soft? So dull and shapeless, like smoke. Damage Ethis to force her into the tower. And the Mothman still has survived. Where is she? Where is she? Oh, she's right there. Okay, I'm nowhere near her. Alright. Okay, then do some damage right here, I guess. Bam. Getting those lives. I'm gonna at least shoot this guy out of the way so he doesn't do this thing. I still think she needs to stay there. Ow. I forget what Dominated does. gives my myths something to interfuse with. Ow. Oh, shit. Oh, that's what Dominator does. That's right. And he damaged himself because of Lover's Vengeance. Shoot. Fall back and fight another day. Alright, well, hope Mata and the other got this. Bo grudgingly retreats to figure out his path ahead. Great. This isn't good. Alright, we gotta get these guys out of here. Nice. And I get an extra turn. Alright, we're gonna have to make some headway here. Oh, really? Come on. I want to get her away from them. Come on. Your ferocity amounts to nothing. Just the bites of tiny mosquitoes. I feel nothing I don't wish to feel. And even as you say those words, I see you itch to be gone from here. What hope do you have? To delay me? I suppose that's all you can do with your doomed life. Okay, so her irritating, this is how many steps she's going. Yeah, be irritated more. Hate that. Oh gosh, I keep forgetting. Okay, it's not as bad as it's not as bad as with Bo though. That was a loss right there. But we'll be fine. She's almost to the tower. Crap. I gotta get that guy out of there. There, use that one then. There. She needs to be irritated more. Hey, that's irritation out for her. Just gonna keep shooting her. There. She enters. There we go. Not running. Are you really going to give me a fight? A duel, we would have called it when I was young and dumb and rash. Words won't harm me, and they certainly won't save your life. That is to say, when I was a little more like you. No, indeed. Oh, I read that backwards. Oh well. No, indeed. Please understand, they only helped me take my beatings a little more bravely. I came such a long way, devoted so much time, bent so many threatful forms to hunting you. Yes, you did. You are very intrepid. And what do you think now? Now? I think that I'm never getting out of here. Am I? I am sorry. Oh, an old man can still pay the care to the fool. If you're able to show new, I welcome it. And you think sorry makes up for it? Perhaps not, but I saved the last dance for you, my queen. Wait, what? What? I don't know which one to choose here. I guess this one? She's far more powerful, he's more practiced, and in the end, it only matters who's quicker. Deafening color, blinding noise, the hall's interior descends into sensory chaos. Ice, ember, flash, shadow braided into tethers. They bind and drag this world to its oblivion. Elsie! Think we're meant to leave. Now! But the Mothman! Looks like he stayed. He had to know. But they're going to kill him! Look, she's not going to be held! The Mothman's wild-thrown magic sent he and Ethys carrying into a spiral through time and thought. But in the fraction of an instant she had, Ethys scratched to pull her remaining threats around. Now she steadies herself upon them the way an aerial dancer might balance on the limbs of her flying partners. She begins to take mastery. I can feel her bending me. She could prevent us from closing that door. I don't know what's... Alright, hurry. We'll kill these drones and get out. The threats will encircle him, blade legs outstretching. Rogs and the others rush to form a wall around the Mothman. They'll cast out Ethys underlings a final time. Clear the tower of Threatzel and get out. Okay. This would have been easy. But, this would have been easy with, oh, we're gonna move your dominant. I didn't know that was a thing. We gotta get him out of here. Can't have you making more Threatzel. Goes. Nice. Alright, we gotta get out of here. There's some more Threatzel here, right there. I don't think there is. Just what's over there. We can guard here. princess. There we are. Let's go draw from that. Just kill this thing with this. There we are. As her thistle in severed heat at this sinks, radiance all but drowned, she recedes once more into the murk of the Mothman's spell, drifting. An eerie tranquility floods the hall. The flux of colors is slow and forceful, a lake tide. Both of these immortal beings are like ruins themselves, motionless and prismatic, depths. They both lied to us. She's not invincible, and she's no coward. Time to go, Bo. Yeah. Well, at least they brought Bo in here. Because that was horrible. They emerged from the tower, heaving the door shut, all on the rolling, bitter miracle inside. Rod sets the bar in its brackets. The stones mumble, a faint gloss rolls along their surfaces, and the tower of locks seems to firm. Rogs? They don't seem to think it's over. The thistle quiet, clickering and collecting their legs, wings keeping position in the sky and on the earth. More of them hoard on the edge of the mist in a ghostly rank. Stop fighting us! She's gone! Your queen's gone! Go on, Thistle Bard. You're free to leave this war behind. Knowingless dawns, tilts one weird head, then the next. It's the thistle equivalent of a sigh. Not audible, but visible in the way their forms relax and expand. The rigidity of purpose fades. And as one, they turn from the tower's face. Back towards their own place, perhaps they go. Woo! They linger around the tower days and nights, proving to themselves that nothing's coming out. Each finds a moment or two to offer whatever private words make sense to them. The fourth such day, they decide suddenly and as a group to go. The sun's already low when they embark. It'll be 20 years before anyone returns to the Tower of Locks. Mata will guide a team of volunteers into those mountains, finding the door still bared and intact. She'll lead the monumental task of burying the place. And that's more or less how things finish. We can't recall every turn of every path or page. Step by step, trails meet and split, are traced in moonlight in the songs that follow. Still, as many wonders as we see on the road, home is often what we long for by road's end. While home was never a perfect place, we never were perfect people. We weren't shy to accept credit. We never felt wholly finished. A lot of times, we looked for meaning in the unmeant. Some of us were only unlucky enough to fall into a story. And some of us chose our paths, not knowing where they take us, how deep we go into wilderness, beyond all we believed. Yes, and some survive only in yarns. The tales of how this moon rose are as plentiful as the nights we gather, but we'll gather and tell them all. Because through tale and time, memories of the old become dreams of the young. Memories and dreams, those lightless gleams that our eyes seek and find. They take us from tables and summon us home, warmly felt and ever fading. Ugh. What are you doing? How extraordinary. He's dying. Sometime later. Your life's been exhaustingly comfortable. And none of my comforts well earned. You might understand then why even a gallant man's conscience weighs heavy. All I understand is you lack proper appreciation. For saving my life, I cannot be sure I should thank you for it. Not that. Anyway, I'll likely kill you myself when I'm sick of you. No. You show no appreciation for the gifts we've been given. Given? I believe the cost of these gifts is what I eventually soured on. We lost our ties to everyone, lost our families, even our own flesh. The Thritzel, poor aimless dreamers, tangled or wrangled us into their world, and it struck first as misfortune. And yet, for our sacrifice, we've been able to live equal to any wonder, any goddess or god, king or queen. And for such imaginative beings, it was startling for me to discover the Thritzel had no concept of what a nightmare truly was until I showed them. Do you understand? Call me a moth in your web, dear Ecthis. I am compelled. What are you saying? I speak of our natures, humans and Thritzel, and the dominance of one over the other. Thritzel exists without desire. The world where the mind's whims are made manifest is balanced precisely because they don't wish. A human heart, however, like mine, we are composed entirely of wishing, of wanting. In Terrafact, it makes us all commanding. I suppose I knew as much already. I know you did. That's what frustrated me. You've seen and known all that I got to know, and yet you refused to make anything of it. I didn't wish necessarily to rule the world, but I didn't feel like the world deserved any better. Let someone stop me if they could. And they did. Yes, they did. You did. So why do I find you so disappointingly joyless, so without the smug triumph I would have expected? Ah, well, the thing I did not anticipate was that I would survive. Caught flightless and forced to see you flightless, I confess it has me feeling rather doleful. The fact we're trapped in a dusty old tower for eternity? Yes, that. Is it the moon you miss? Maybe. Partly. I could give you the moon. It does look and feel so authentic. You expected less from me? I suppose you are the Queen of Light. I'll remind you, our Moth Prince. The two of us can still make anything we'd wish for. The end. Yay! Total years of peace 117. Interesting. Elsie developed a passion for restoring ruined sites. They may not have quite matched their former glory, but she hoped the former inhabitants wouldn't be too embarrassed. Do you think if none of this had happened, would we still have ended up together? I don't know. I'd probably still be holed up in a cabin somewhere. One day, Bo awoke with lightness in his step. I understand now. It all makes sense. He vanished for 10 years and returned somehow unaged and full of sorrow. Wow, look how young they look. River built a lodge that attracted like-minded hunting enthusiasts. Days were spent tracking in the woods, and nights were spent exaggerating what they had tracked in the woods. Lorfin and Jaina opened a tavern together in Pitburn. Lorfin crafted the menu and atmosphere to fit lofty vision, and Jaina tolerated the bustle because she's something. Rock's dream of his own personal research tower had finally been fulfilled. He kept it well stocked with monster parts floating in jars of the color liquid, to impress any other visiting mystics, of course. Inspired by what she has seen of the Mortki, Stacy set up a tinkering workshop and built impressive clockwork sculptures. No souls were harmed in their making, and the sculptures never tried to kill anyone. Eric got up to see the sunrise every morning. Often he insisted on company. Not all eyes were born to gaze upon the same things at the same extremities of the day. Shh, Mata, breathe it in. We can't take a single dawn for granted. Not anymore. Mata and Bo could never fully abandon their adventuring life. While the danger had dimmed, there were memories yet to be made. Want me to cook? Bring the pan over. Oh, in the bag. You said it was a hole? You know, it's just us. I'll cook. Oh, the frosting. Skew! There were days Jana and Lorfa fell apart during small errands or when they got dwelling in distance remembered. Sold it finally. No bed. They'll come by today. But they never stopped returning to each other, down roads across fields of memory. Nathan gathered as many of the company's stories as he could and enlisted Jana to illustrate them. The artist's gonna sell this thing. No pressure, though. Woo, we did it! So these guys will be added to our legacy. Alright, and we can promote 8 people. We definitely need to promote the OG, so we'll promote Elsie. We are going to promote Alebo. We're going to promote Mata. We're going to promote Lorfin. And we're going to promote Rogues. Alright, and now the others I don't know. I need to promote 3 more people. I know. We'll promote Jaina because she looks a little older. She has been there a little more. River kind of just showed up, and Eric. Like, these 2 are twin. I guess we'll promote Eric, and we'll promote his sister. We did it! Alright. Now we're gonna do another new story. We did a Luna and a Moth. Now we're gonna do all the bones of summer. Bones were buried here, bones were burned. In the ground where their beds all lie. All become fossils for fantasy, all become stories once true. They count on a dream as they spiral towards sleep. Fire follows fire until every color is ash. A 5-chapter story with Dravin as the main threat. So we had to deal with Dravin here. We're not... Oh, dang. Oh, this must be the mod of these. So we're almost done with, like... There's only 2 more of the main stuff. Like, this one and then this one. And that's, like, the main games. This one's a mod. And then these are just, like... 3-chapter... years a piece. Yeah, these are just chapters that... we can always come back to on these. I just want to do the main stories. And then do Almond Road. And then... with all the like 3-chapter fable and all that stuff, those could be like whenever we want to come back to this game type of thing, because there's so much to do in this game. But right now we're doing the All Bones of Summer. Alright, so in this one, if I remember correctly, so we pick some random ones that are friends and everything, but on this one we pick from a legacy, and then that legacy person will have a child. So let's recognize the Hunter of the Old Blood. And blah. Alright, so... ooh. Sanalia Fenspear. I love that. I love how she looks. She is the Compassionate Coward. Should we change, like, some stuff of her? So she's supposed to be the hunter or something. Or the old hunter. So let's get her... oop. Put a little feather in her hair. Why not? We'll... I want to make her an elf. Let's make her an elf, because we can. Alright. Her history? Senalia's birth brought a welcome stillness to the lives of her parents. Her father was a quester of ordinary origins, but her mother was a monster hunter of the Fenspear bloodline. Theirs was a family old as fir trees, whose history was recorded in big black books. On their name hung the ghosts of ancient deeds, among them the hunting and slaying of mighty dragons. The Fenspear family lodge sits a couple days' walk from Plowstock, and Senalia Fenspear grew up between both places. She was a girl who never fell from trees because she refused ever to climb them. As she got older, she lived in town for whole seasons at a time, learning in the school meeting merchants and their sons, and hunting the hills to make spending money. She spent most idle hours either alone or with one friend from childhood who seemed to operate at her same level. The legacy of the Fenspears will lead Sanalia to wander fears and mysteries aplenty, and she's always known, somehow, that she one day pass on the blood to another. Her hook, she's a Destiny, Wildheart, and Nostalgic, and like I said, she's the Capacitated Coward. So that's the Hunter of the Old Blood. Now we need her friend. Oop. Who will her friend be? And blah. Okay. Vaughn, let's change your name here. Neller, in a Milebar, the goofish snark. Why not? Let's change your hair though. I don't like your hair. Let's see. What's it give you, dude? Let's give you that hair. I'm gonna make them both elves. Why not? Kind of change your eyes though. Like, we never use these, so let's change your eye color to that. Let's do that. Facial hair. Let's give you that. I know usually elves don't have facial hair, but who cares? Alright, so what's your history? So you're the goofish snark, you're nostalgic, physical, and loyal. A gaunt, grim boy showed up one night to the camp of a small, poor performing troupe, a teenager with his infant brother Mile in tow. The two stayed in the back of a cart on the road, but it was only shortly thereafter, passing through Plowstock, that the older boy succumbed to an illness of the blood and was buried there. Two dancers decided to quit the traveling life then, and they settled down and adopted Mile as their son, raising him in Plowstock above a rope and ribbon shop they were able to open up and keep afloat. Despite the circumstances that brought him to his eventual home and family, Miles' childhood was happy. He was a lanky boy, but grew into a muscular and healthy frame, much to the relief of his adopted mothers. He rarely let on how much he cared about things, disguising love behind barbs, but always found a way to make his feelings felt. One day, he picked up a broom handle and started sparring with trees. Soon he was training with others and competing in tourneys, honing his skill and body for a little practical reason, aside from the fact he enjoyed it. Loyal in his bones and prepared for life's turns, he'll find himself thrown into challenges he never imagined, but meeting them with a courage he feels deep down is fed by his resting brother's love. Aww. Sad. Alright, so now, who's gonna be the legacy parent here? Oopsie. Nope, I don't want that. Alright. Who is also the mystic. So, And blah. Oh, fallen out, huh? Let me see. Let's keep going. Let's see. I don't want to be Lorphin. We could do Rogs. Maybe we should do Rogs. A little homage to the last story. Why not? I think it'd be interesting. A little homage to the last story. Like, this could be, like, after the last story. So, and obviously we'll change how his child looks. So, for a little recap of Rogs, if you don't remember. So, this is Rog's storyline. He's literally loyal and a dreamer. Roz grew up the elder of 2 children, a star-watching boy who enjoyed drawing, journaling, thinking about anything that might be. His mother, Liana Soraline, was the plowstock printer, a smart, thoughtful, and patient woman who never married. She died suddenly of autumn fever when Roggs was 17, leaving him alone to care for his 14-year-old sibling. With all he sacrificed for the kid, he would have expected more gratitude. But then, how often had Roggs let thanks go unsaid when his mother was alive? He would remain a wounded defensive spirit for the sum of his life, treating each coming year with apprehension and guided by a simple dream: preserve all you love for as long as you can. In his adventures one night, a great phantom bear, Emruic, ambled by. Roggs went with it to a place between death and living. He scooped the old ghost up in his heart, and afterwards they wandered together. He's a local legend. Following the charred trail of a young mistake, he's wandered over half the world before finally coming home, where his son doesn't know him, but where a faithful Faraday will change the course of living for them all. So that's for this one. He fought for souls with the family dog and killed 60 once. But we don't know it's gonna be a son. We gotta choose the tough-lipped kid. So it could be a son. Will it be a daughter? We shall find out. I guess we should do daughter, because it'd be girl, boy, boy, girl. Alright. What was his name? Soraline. So, need to change your last name here, kid. Uma Soraline. There you go. I'm gonna give you... You're gonna be half work, like your papa here. Ears. I need the little ears. Boop. And then mouth. I need the teeth. What's a vampire teeth? Where are they? Oh gosh, no mouth. Alright, where's the little tats? There you are. There. And maybe he went with a black woman or something. Who knows? Alright. So I might have to change his thing to anyone then. Okay, so we got Uma Soraline, the aloof green wagon. She's gritty, potential, and a slacker. Uma enjoyed no coddling and little love as a girl. Her father left when she was still very young, and the mother who remained became a hopeless drunk. Wow. Even as a girl, she worked wherever folks could find a gentle use for her labor. Bottles absorbed whatever charity came their way. It was several old militiamen who first gave her the idea of becoming a fighter. They were who she worked beside her whole life. They started holding little impromptu sparring matches for bone-slim stakes, and Uma showed promise, even while she was still growing into her body. After a couple years, she started fighting in tourneys and adding prize money to her working wages. Was able to move out of her soon-to-be estranged mom's house. A journey to distant places always seemed to be just on the horizon for Uma. Just after this harvest is pay for the next. But when the father who left her suddenly showed up one day, it would mark the start of that endless, harrowing, joyous road in the rest of her life. Yikes. Alright, let me... Oh, you are attracted to women. Okay, never mind. Okay. Well then. We got our people here. We got Sanalia, Mile, Rogs, and Uma. Rogs' daughter from some random woman. Let's start. Alright, we'll do this and this. Those are good. Oopsie. Alright, so these are our main threats, Robin. Alright, but before I read this, my dog is ringing the bell to go outside, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I had to let dogs out. And I was opening up windows because it's starting to get nice out. Alright. Our son of Fair Day. A mountain should have opened its jaws to swallow you. But that much consequence, it would have made more sense. Instead, there was only a smell and it rose from you. There was me in your body. And me in your bones. Now I send your word aloft on the smoke that was once your breath. Sorry? Tonight I begin the endeavor you thought we complete together. I know our maps, our myths, and our calculation. I hold them in me. But I'm frail where you were strong. I'm fit best for teaching. Yet I have no pupil. So it's down to me, down to Frustral, last and least feather of a hope. For our failed people. Shortly after dawn, the far fairground stirs a cheery morning noise. Excitement jolts and jigs among the grass blades. Sanalia's cookie pot creaks on its fixture, nuzzled by wind. Not eager to watch you get your nose broken. Know who you drew for the final? Powerful woman, named Uma Soraline. Seen her around town. Supposed to be pretty shrewd, even dirty fighter, some say. Takes what you give her, but doesn't like getting hit. Well, you're not one to trust even the most honorable, like my dad. You don't even trust him. He'll be fine. How's my morning stew smell? About as good as Rain Traveler's sock. The fair comes each year to Wraith opens heralding winter. Sets up half a day from the town of Singlershire in a comfortable basin between grassy hills. With it comes hawkers of far-born goods, bellboys, storytellers, corn cooks, and distraction of all kinds. Easy on the smoke, kids! Kids? If I get my face beaten in, try and get that doctor to fix my nose prettier. Yeah, sorry, just for some reason, or I guess for an obvious reason, recalling old legends, and worrying a little about a fire here. Maybe your opponent will show up? That'd be nice. Perhaps most famous and eagerly awaited of all the events at the Sword Child Wandering Fair is the tournament. Experts and amateurs in 10 combat disciplines come to bash their way up the rankings. Some folks delight in the show. Gamblers see shifting odds and leave rejoicing or tightening their belts. Still waiting on a mile bar? Save sparring? Here was giving my opponent a chance to overeat. I remember your mug. Here, sign on the thing. Line, you mean? Is your name Uma Soraline? Why? Do I? Or does she owe you? Sorry, rude of me. I also have a name. It's Sanalia. You're about to face my friend. Okay. Makes no difference to me. When you've come up from the bottom like I have, you don't give things away. If your friend wants this fight, he better be willing to take it from me. Alright, Alright, this is the final bout for Steph. You both know the rules. Let's get going. Had it hard, that girl. Father was forced to leave her, go far away. Left money, good money. But her mother lost it under empty cups, I hear. The two combatants face each other. You look like a man who doesn't come home often. They say on a fair day, hearts can open. The bell clangs, they begin to circle. And as the fight swirls, gathering energy, Senalia is struck by a lightning thought. No games! She has to confess her heart to Mile. Its fights are boring. Aw, I like to see her and her friend. Like, she has to confess her heart to Mile. Today, I decide I do it today. 18-year-old warrior. Alright, let's see if I can win this. Bonk. Ow. Bonk. Ow. Aim. Bam. You take that. Hey, I won. Uma sinks to the ground, wobbling in wretched face. The sighs and cheers of onlookers mingle. Ugh. The match is decided. Winner, Mile Bar. Doesn't typically say so, but sour-mouthed Mile cares a lot. Could have easily gone either way. There you are, my bad luck charm. The audience clears out quickly, summoned away by the prospect of other spectacles. And now a prize for our staff sparring champion. It's cut from the stone-hardiest fire oak tree in the north. The painstakingly shaped by silent and sultan hair masters living tall on ocean-torn cliffs, descendants of seafaring people. Yes, I present you with this oft-overlooked weapon of the hero's cannon, the Elenish war staff. That's what my card says, anyway. Can't be wrong, then. Don't worry, that little branch swing game doesn't matter. I walked countless miles across unnumbered and unmapped borders. I came back in order to... Don't bother going on. I'm not listening. Following Miles' victory, he and Senalia roved the fair. Yeah, so on Mile? Not in a serious way, but you want to go look around with me? Tent to tent, they sit through adventuring antiques and handcrafted ornaments. Faraway smells billow in every bright canvas. Outlandish sights abound wherever their eyes wander. And they can follow the laughter to find sweet foods and cups of joy. The better part of the day disappears and they find themselves sidling in with the crowds to see the fair's final show. It's supposed to be quite good this year. Anticipatory murmurs flow amongst the attendees. Even a tinge of acknowledged terror is there. It's soon obvious why. What is it? It's a drov. Careful. They find seats near a pair of familiar faces. Afternoon sun bakes their necks. At last, the fairmaster's face pops into view. You appear to be waiting for someone. Ha! I'm kidding, of course. Here I am, flesh and steel. Knight of the Knightless Star, Taverlane Swordchild. Renowned warrior Taverlane Swordchild, retired though he still possesses remarkable agility. We of the Swordchild Wandering Fair thank you humbly for filling our quaint tents with life these past 3 days. Surely you came hearing rumors from travelers who saw us in summer and fall. Did you wonder if such a thing might be? Now you can see the truth for yourself. You gaze on my pride and crowning achievement, the diamond I've been 15 years in carving. Behold! This is Waffen. So was the beast named? Named by a warlord who wore the femurs of our fellows on its neck. Named by a warlord whose head I claimed and tail split and body stomped to mulch. On its pup, I showed mercy. Mercy, huh? Oh, I was advised to put it down, but instead I caged it. I took the monster alive, its name intact. Beneath my own roof, I fed it, clothed it. I tamed it. And should you doubt my word, a collected gas arises as the creature easily removes a bar of its prison and steps free. He let everyone walk right up to it. Don't let it frighten you, friends. Thwavin may be the spawn of a Draven warlord. Tremendously huge and mighty, yes, but does as I command. He reaches for a spear that they suppose thus far to be more than a prop. And so I give you the most thrilling, chilling, and realistic reenactment of our battles against the Draven that anyone has ever witnessed. The Fair Master pauses to let stunned eyes refocus. Existence itself seems to be caught staring. Then the two combatants level their weapons, and they clash. The fight must be staged, but the Fair Master's performance is convincing as he sends the large Drav to the ground. To tame Thwavin was not an easy task, but there's language all creatures understand, and Draven better than most. It's called pain, Kia! Kuh. I fought Draven my whole career. Even the strongest, most cunning, I cut down. There are no mysteries left in them for me. Soon you will see that they are not so scary as you entered this arena supposing. I'm not watching this. What? The Drav rises, gathers, waits for the Fair Master's signal to attack. Taverline Swordchild clicks his tongue, and the Drav rushes forward at theater speed. His course is straight and obvious. But at that moment, what's... Yeah, clutch. There's no pulse of clarity of the Fairmaster, Taverline Swordchild. He falls dead. The great sword drops from already loosening fingers. Every present pair of lungs hold still. Giedgrak Konth. The draw bends for the sword and runs. Peace shatters and bodies flood the paths. As people flee, as fires spit and fly above the forest of tents, Draven battle cries foreign to most ears riddle the air, blending with the screams of fair goers and fair workers. It's a choir of violence. Time to see if this stat's the real deal. I don't have anything to swing. My bow's back at camp. Need weapons? Grab whatever's a trading table out there. It's all free now. Then go, save a few folks, collect a few life deaths. That's how this all works, if you're good enough. Not much choice. I'm ready to smell roast lizard. Let's give you Battle Dance. Let's give you... Yeah, let's do Jump Jaw. Sentinel, yes. 5 weapons for Sonalia and Uma. I see you back there. Oh, really? And silk. I'm just gonna go around and I'll put out fires. Alright, let's at least protect Uma here. Nice. Dodged. Like that. Let's see where she is so I can get over there. Guard. Guess I could have used his wings. Wish. Yeah, here, Sonalia. Shingle for a company called Snakebell Arms. Actually, a nice bow here and arrows. Sonalia, this way. Across the fairground, canvases sag and tall poles topple. Terrible things happen behind the smoke, announced only by the noise of gurgling death and triumphing hollers. And this is something I could have probably get the hang of. There were ranks river in, but behind them I says a retreat. If you line your pockets a little extra, that's fine, but be ready. Okay. Let's drop an intent. Infuse with this. There you are. Alright, get a bow here. There you go. Alright, my two warriors pretty much. Need that. Take that. Hup, 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 hup. Take that. Come over here, little dart. What? No, you're supposed to come over towards me. Dodge. I'll hit my daughter if I do that. No. Oh, come on, really? Take that. Hello, little dart. Really? Come on now. Dodge. Dodge. That. Take that. Bonk. Blocked. Take that. Nicely done, heroes. Black tears drip from chins from the smoke-stained faces of survivors who huddled staring. Go fill up some kettles with water, kid. I'll guard this place. The full horror won't be known until all the blazes burn out. Fire crouches in the ribs of shredded tents, feasting on fine goods, making ash of art. Yoi! Sonalia! What are you seeing? Doesn't even make sense. Crossing the plains and into hill country undetected? No hint or rumor on the wind as we came in a couple days back. Possibility is this, I guess, that whoever did see them wasn't given a chance to share the news. Anyway, if you're trying to unravel it all right here and now, guess I'll go grab you a paper and pen. And table. And 4 walls. A bed. That's for me. And maybe you too, if you want. And a bookshelf. 60 books or so. And a... You know I'm kidding, right? Come on. But, Mile, it did seem, just today, like the whole world was smiling. As we walked here together, I was gonna kiss you and I didn't. So you're threatening not to move unless I propose to you, right? Do I understand correctly? The thing to decide on now is how to begin. Evening's near, the knife-shaped moon briefly shines, then gets swathed in gray. My wife? And my brother? Didn't find any others, but they might be around. A lot of land to cover. What took you two so long? Night smooths the world with shadows, leaving a cool blankness where black creases had caught the eye. A windstorm stoops fiercely over the plains, but they're able to camp in the shelter of some trees. They listen to it blow and listen to the crickets and whistling grass. Excuse me. Did a perimeter like you told me, Rogs? And did some of your doublebacks, Sonalia? These Draven are gone. Of course they're gone. Wouldn't have sent you alone if I had any doubt. Glad you placed such a premium on my time. I value your life more. Anyway, you looked like you wanted to be busy. No one has to listen to him, you know. Miserable father, probably not the right person to take direction from. Had to listen to someone, though. Ross got us all out of there alive. But my Rogs isn't doing anything without a reason. Why don't we let him tell us what really brought him here? In time for the show. Maybe I'll go look for Draven again. Uma's. Yes. I didn't come home only to reconnect with my daughter. But you can afford to hear the details as we go. Go where? Rogs wants me to follow them. The Draven who fled. I'll admit I'm sort of anxious about the idea. But when he said he convinced you both to come, I started to get excited. In a silly way, maybe. I wouldn't have looked for a conventional tracker, but Sonalia's family is unique. It felt fortuitous. The next day sees them already embarking over the grasslands. Princes are scarce and muddled here. Seem to have purposely staged a split where the ground's hard. They left survivors on the fair, organized and guided by the most sensible hands among themselves. Receptions of Rox's parting direction. Feels like it's about time to name this little group, right? It's something of a tradition. Name becomes a kind of currency, if we forge it well. Buy us beds, wine, meals. You'll learn, Uma, about the exchange of worthy names. Someday, I'll tell you about yours. They padded forward in long silence then. It's that night as they're stewing bird's meat in wild dug roots that an idea sticks. The moose people? What? She always likes to suggest something moose, don't worry. Best so far, the cranes of rage, the bars of the dragon I could get behind. No one like the children of enemy? How about dragons, divinity of rage. Nice. So begin the tales of Dragon's Divinity of Rage. Dragon's Divinity of Rage. You know, I actually like it. Wait, really? It's pretty memorable. Summer follows spring, fall, winter follows fall. Shadows follow moonrise, follows sunshine. Follows squall, and fire one day follows fire. Alrighty. Alright, we got Pursuit the Drama will escape in 250 days. All heroes must survive. Alright. Let's build the defenses right here. Let's scout. Alright, time to assault. We must risk moving in daylight, gain distance, be ready to march in feather's breath. A band of human trackers bringing numbers unknown burns at their heels. It has the drawn both surprised and a little fearful. Brasraw. Oh, have you calmed down? Imagine being flinchy at that size. A question. Why am I free? You gave. You lack the language to understand even were I to explain every intricacy. Just trust me, Drefsnack. Didn't pull this troop together for no reason. Past their prime tail chewers, maybe. But raiding is their life, their history, and the aim of their ever lives. What mean is Drevsneck? What is? You really like that word, don't you? That'll either be a problem or it'll make him popular. Drevsneck is a name you must learn. He was my elder, my teacher, one of the last great divans of our lore. I am merely his shadow. We move in Drevsneck, Eleanor. Yes, you owe your freedom not to me, but to his wisdom and the respect he commanded. In moments they'll be underway again. Meanwhile, that's smoke. The days have been grueling. Always the Draven are ahead, leaving spare sign behind them of having lit a leaf, much less slept. If it's plainly visible, that means we need to avoid approaching it directly. Come at an angle, or we'll be giving them both our flanks. You're really that versed in war? In fighting Draven? Don't be impressed. Doesn't want to tell you, but he and that Fairmaster, Taverling Swordchild, student and teacher. That's only true in the vaguest, most eventful way, as it's true with everyone. We learn from and teach every person we encounter. Taverling was my senior. I knew him. I was there when he slew the Draven Lord and took the sun. I argued that all beings deserve to grow in liberty to be what they might be, but I was just a greenhorn then. We need to make our decision early, probably. Split and sneak up or tight and together. Speed, I'll say, is necessary either way. First off. Boop. Alright, let's lock those two down. You know what my preference is? Let's do stealth. Let's be stealthy. Come on, really? Alright, Emma. Guess you Sentinel here. And Mile, you guard here. Bonk. Dodged. Oh, come on, really? Like that. Take you down. Hup, 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 hup. Bomb. Haha. Ow. I can do it right now, right there. Hit that. Leverage vengeance! Nice. Aw, they almost leveled up. Ooh, crossbow. Let's go to you. Because you're the huntress. On the other side of the brief wood, there's no sign a camp was ever made here. Not a very welcoming bunch. They burn drift moss. Draven have discerning noses, you know. They prefer a similar range of pleasant smells to our own. Paul's trail. means we go back to the stream bed. Our quarry must have traveled up it for a while. I should have been able to tell this group's numbers were less. Senelia. Well, why couldn't you tell? Her guesses have been good on the whole. It's a short stop for food, then they're underway again. Rocks? You were talking about your past before. About Taverling and Holoth? It was done, basically. It was the end of the 20-year conflict. Who's Holoth? Holoth Ramses was another fire we ran with. Younger than Taverling, closer to my age. He always helped soften the hard times. Poor Holoth. Now there's someone your mother lit up around. I don't know. Got questions myself. Many of which I've never really wanted to answer. Backtracking, they reached the stream that night. Okay, if I'm wrong again, I don't know. But the mud here's smooth. Like it was done on purpose, so... think it's them? Alrighty. Yeah, 7 days plus. Yeah, find an item here. See, 45, 70, 45, 50. Alright, she's our first 45. Alright. I do want... I was gonna, like, finish out the chapter, but I think we're gonna end stream here, but don't leave. We are going to raid. I'm gonna find someone to raid. Let's see. It's Twitch. Let's see. Who's live? Who's live? Who's live? Ah, we got this person here. Wait, oh, so they're... Oh, hi, Wolfie. First time chatting up here. Was lurking, now you're ending, lol. No, it's fine. I'm just finding someone to raid, and I think I found someone. They're called Moby the Unpopular. They're not using their... I don't know what I was saying. It's fine. Alright, so slash raid. Alright. Like I said, right now they're not doing their VTuber model. But that's alright. They're looking like they do both sides of the streaming. But I'll come back and stream. It will be like a little bit of a short little night stream type of thing. Because I do have work at 7 in the morning tomorrow. Ugh. My last morning shift, I'm so happy because we actually have someone new who replaced the other worker. So it's my last day shift. Yay! I mean, I like day shift because I get everything done, but also it's like, oh, I hate getting up early in the morning anymore. I want slept. I want sleeps. Anyways, I'll probably do some games that I haven't done throughout the week. Like I said, I apologize for that. And then let me see my schedule real quick. Ah, here we are. Let's see. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to be doing night stream of Baldur's Gate 3. So, we'll do that, and probably some Stick of Truth. I know I'm going to do it on the 30th as well. And then May 1st is our collab of Ale and Tail Tavern with Wolfay and Kaz. And then the 2nd is a day stream of Tiny Tina's Wonderland. But also the 3rd is apparently another collab. But anyway, bye-bye. I went too long. Bye!